Yeah. Did I do everything that everybody needed me to do the
Yep,
things?
you did.
You know, if we have to fix any of it along the way, it's all good.
I'm just gonna
No
clear the
problem.
chat of
Here,
that.
there, and
Give me a second here.
Did I win?
aye, sir.
Just pop this
Roll it.
out. There we go.
Nice.
All right.
Whoa.
All right. We are good to go. And welcome to the first
I wonder what I can
episode
find.
of our
I
D&D
never
campaign,
got my.
The Rise and Fall
I
of
thought I was supposed to
Cradovar.
get like a
Or
spell.
Cradovar Rise or Fall? I don't know. We'll find out. You got one for being an astral elf, right?
Yeah, but
pretty
because
sure?
I'm a tempest.
Let's turn my light on.
I don't have the tempest thing.
Go to your spell tab and see if there's a plus
see.
mark for you to.
No, I got it. My fault.
Oh yeah, you're a cleric. You should have a whole list of spells. So, right, start us off. What are we doing?
All right. So it begins. So for a little backstory, as the story goes, you're currently, the three of you, on the island of Drenok. We'll, at some point in the future, discuss precisely how this island got this name, but for what all three of you know, the journey has been fraught with challenges. It's a treacherous journey, no matter how you get here, to get to Drenok. But this place it's sort of known as a place of discovery. It's attracted explorers, traders, and scholars from distant lands, and a beacon of hope for those seeking adventure and new beginnings. The unique geography and resources make it a vital crossroads for trade, with a mystical aura drawing seekers of arcane knowledge. And now, to begin, I'm pulling up the new map. So, essentially, the three of you, each on your own journey, arriving for different reasons, begin to approach a crossroads. You're in a well-wooded land. It's rustic dirt roads. It's fairly pleasant. The weather is good. It is a nice day. And each of you, as you walk, come upon it's a pleasant crossroad. It's a good place. And yeah. So essentially each of you, as you're walking, sort of, you can see, you should be able to see the map currently, correct?
Yep, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So each of the three of you are walking along, and you can describe what you do, but just as what we're starting off with is each of the three of you are just beginning to see sort of at the same time one another as the crossroads approach. Each of you can sort of discuss what you would do, what your character would do, who you are, what you look like, and then essentially setting the stage for what the other players are seeing. And we can start off with coping. So sort of describe your character, how you walk, how arrogantly, what you have.
Yes.
How arrogantly.
Yes. I am. I kind of a heavy, light glide with long strides. I'm wearing heavy chain.
Heavy light glide? What's that?
And I have
What does that fucking look like?
Aura.
Someone could tell me, that'd be great.
About me. And yeah, I'm an astral humanoid, so like I'm a human, but I just live a very long time, and I don't know. I'll somehow done towards that side of things, and due to that, I being astral, I have an innate sense of tempest stuff, so I can do like all things of thunder and lightning. So I'm just a dude who likes to help others when they're good people. So I have like healing spells, but if you turn on me like bad side, like I'm very I'm very basic. I'm a basic white, uh, white astral human that I just lived for a long time or whatever. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I align pretty neutral good. So I can see like if someone is wrong in a way and they do something that technically wouldn't hurt people but is wrong, I could see that as being um, like not necessarily bad but justice. That's about. Did I do that right? Is that good?
Billy, go for it.
Okay. So Zenmon Starfeller is a 6'2" ash gray Leonin. So that's a lion-like humanoid. Wearing studded armor. He is pretty quick, light on his feet. Next to him is a small lion drake companion animal.
Hell yes.
Bad.
So we're just walking through the woods, coming upon the road, taking a look around before crossing, because you relatively solitary pair. But yeah, we're just taking the scenery of this new land we're entering in, enjoying the new trees, the new agriculture, the ambiance of a new land.
All right. And before Will's turn, I want to say, just to sort of set the scene a little bit better, I had written a few things beforehand, but amidst the dappled sunlight that filters through the ancient trees of this coastal forest, because you're on the eastern coast of Drenach, the sense of anticipation hangs in the air. 3 separate paths converging at this crossroads. Essentially, the 3 of you feel a sense of something important. And also, I want to mention, Billy and Coping, you hear a loud crash, kind of like it's like a strike of lightning, but there's also a weird warped portal sound to it. A few moments before you see the 3rd individual, who will take it away.
All right. Coming down the road, you see a man who looks very strange to you. He looks kind of human, but he is very obviously not from around here. He's wearing very strange clothing. His mannerisms are slightly different. He's looking around at like anything that moves, like very suspiciously. And he's kind of nervously walking down the road, but his features mark him, not from this area. He's very visibly from somewhere very distant. And oddly enough, even though he looks kind of mostly human, his skin is also like strangely pale. Well, you don't really know why. Maybe he looks like he's sick or something, but he is very, very pale. He's wearing these kind of long flowing robes. And you get the glimpse of like really sharp teeth when he opens his mouth, like his canines look like they came out of an animal maybe. But he's just kind of nervously striding down the road, and as he sees you two, and we all approach each other. Well, hello, gentlemen. How are you doing today? It is a very fine day for me. How about for you?
That's a very strange accent, friend. Where do you hail from, and where did you literally hail from?
Very, very, very far away. Okay, trust me, you've never heard of it. But I've been here, there, and around for a little while now. But I was born too far away to even mention. Don't even worry about it. What about yourselves? Where are you from?
Yeah, I think I know where he's from. It's up in the clouds. They have a lot of servers in clouds there. I'm familiar.
I come from Silverleaf, so that's back home. What about you, other friend?
Where am I from? I don't remember how I got here, but I know I'm from a different plane. Sorry, I don't know.
No worries. DM coming in here for a quick sec.
Didn't know
So this 3rd individual, Coping, is from actually you would probably know Zenmon. So he is from he appears to bear sigils of Stygate, which you know is a large, and for the players, think like Demacia from League of Legends. It's your classic, like, just human. I guess it's kind of the opposite in a way, because there's a lot of magical individuals. But essentially, it's just your typical good guy human kingdom. Like, they're pretty good guys. You know what I mean? It's like, they fight against evil. They try to root out necromancy and dark magic. Stygate, it's a large human kingdom that's just doing its thing. But that continent is a far, far way. But yeah. And Dave, it's in the messages, just double check for your god. It'll help out later.
Wait, did you message me?
Yeah, on Discord. And no worries.
Okay.
Gentlemen, my name is Raj. Raj Suresh, to be exact. But you can call me Raj. Where are you both headed?
I'm just exploring the land, and well, hello, Raj. I'm also Zenmon.
Zenman.
Also-
That's quite a name, quite a name. And what about yourself, sir? Who are you?
I am coping. I'm also just exploring. I felt some sort of sense that kind of just led me here. As I was walking.
That makes sense, that makes sense. I don't really have a goal myself. I was just going around as well.
Did you guys also hear a crash?
A crash? No, I've not heard anything.
What about you?
I definitely heard and saw something. I didn't see where it came from.
Do we know what direction that came from?
I came over here because it looked like he was coming from where Raj was. So if he didn't see where it landed, well, I have no clue then.
Something has landed. I do not know. I am not aware.
I'm gonna roll for perception then. Do you guys want to do that?
Go for it.
I'm gonna roll. My perception probably should.
Should we all roll perception?
Well, I'll just hand wave this. So that sounds that you heard was from the distant north. However, it was warbled and odd, and it could have been coming from multiple places. But at the moment, and as far, you are in a pleasant meadow that goes for a fair distance. You know that you can't see too much. But also, I will add, even though you guys are newer, at least Raj would have heard this at some point in the past. It's not the most infrequent thing.
Really?
Now,
do I know what the source of it is, or I just heard that every once in a while?
I can provide you some more background. But yeah, so no, you wouldn't know what it is, but while you were traveling, you've probably heard it before. But now, separately, I will say, just to provide you with the context for for your characters, you do know of multiple towns, just so that you guys sort of have something to work off of after this. So there are multiple towns in the area. There's 4 specifically. There is one moment while I just pull this up. Let's see. Yeah, all three of you would know. So each of you is traveling for your own reasons, but the towns that are in the area are Greenhaven, Agerian, Havenshade, and Coral Reach. Now, I will say that having arrived, there is all 3 of you have a distinct sense that this is and I know this is gonna sound silly, but it'll make sense in the future. But your 3 characters did in fact feel sort of a dramatic sense of something occurring as the 3 of you met. Take with it what you will, but something has occurred, and all 3. How should I describe this better? Essentially, there's you felt something shift in the world. You felt a strong emotional event and a strong emotional occurrence immediately before the three of you met. It's difficult to describe, and none of you can fully understand what occurred, but you know that something urgent has occurred, and that's all that you know. It's impossible to describe, though. It's just a weird feeling creeping in your subconscious, like something changed in the world, but you're not sure what.
Shall we go see? Shall we traipse back my path and see what we can find?
Yeah, do you guys want to stick together? Move back north?
Just in case there is any danger, I feel like we definitely should do that, yes. That was what I was hoping.
Sounds like a good idea. Let us venture forth.
Let's do it.
You must gather your party before venturing
Excellent.
forth.
All right, one moment then.
Do you have claws, Zenmon?
Yes, I do.
But are you wearing gloves?
No.
That's awesome.
All right. So the three of you begin to travel northward. It's a rather long walk. Again, as the three of you know, there's 4 general towns near you. You have Greenhaven, Agirian, Haven Shade, and Coral Reach. They're all smallish towns, but to the north, first you would hit Greenhaven, and then you would hit Agirian. None of you at this moment have maps on your persons. But just obviously, you've been traveling, you're on the coast, there's only so many towns. The nearest city is probably 6 or 7 days away, travel by foot. But again, as you're walking, you would know that you have Greenhaven and then Agirian, and you know that all 4 of these are just sort of pleasant-ish towns. But yeah. So as you walk, you can continue to converse and discuss, but sort of describe to each other what sort of weapons you notice, sort of what characteristics. I guess another way to put it, Coping, what would the other characters notice that you're carrying? Like, do you have weapons? Do you have heavy armor? Do you have light armor? And then you get what I'm getting at. Yeah. So as you all walk for the next few hours, sort of. Also, what kind of topics are you discussing? What's your personality? Sort of getting into that. But yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So, coping, you notice that I'm in typical clothes for the area, and I have a chainmail, heavy armor. Also, I'm 6'2", 6'3", same as Raj, and but I'm a little bit bigger constitution wise, and not than him, but just in general. And then I have basic cleric items, like I have a backpack that looks ritualistic in terms of like vestments, holy symbol you can see on me outside my heavy armor, and I have incense and stuff like that you can see kind of stacked around on the outside pockets of the backpack. And as we're walking, you can see that I have a bit of a light personality, that I'm pretty easygoing, roll with the punches, and it's even though I'm wearing heavy armor, you notice that I'm not making too much noise. And I have a mace, but it's kind of a flail, just not as long.
So Zenmon's wearing, he's another 6'2" character. wearing studded leather armor, excuse me, with the two scimitars sheathed on his side. He's got his white lion drake, small little dragon-esque thing, and a little pet mouse on his shoulder. Oh, and a standard Dungeoneer's backpack, carrying all his stuff in it.
All right, Raj is the same, about 6'2", but kind of very skinny. He's actually doesn't have any equipment on him, but he's wearing a backpack that seems stuffed with all kinds of bits and bobs and odds and ends. You do see a short sword kind of strapped to it, but it's kind of like tied down in a way that makes it very clear, it hasn't been drawn or like used at any time recently. And you just see a whole bunch of other stuff just like poking out of the backpack, but he doesn't have any other weaponry on him or anything like that. And the only other thing that he's wearing other than carrying the backpack is, the kind of like long, loose swept robes that you can see him wearing. He does seem to be a little bit weird though. He kind of stands really close when he's talking to someone. He'll walk up right next to you and kind of like stand with his shoulders touching you. Like he doesn't seem to like understand personal space very, very, very well. And he's one of those close talkers. If you ever met a close talker, he's very much one of those. And he's looking at everything still kind of suspiciously. As you're walking down the road, he's still kind of looking at you two kind of suspiciously as well. But yeah, other than that, pretty normal.
So as your group is traveling, you begin to hear sort of a coarse but silent whisper. Could I get a quick perception roll from the three of you?
Aye. Maybe this is one I'm good at. Oof. I did not roll very well.
Does my other one count? I'll roll again.
I think you should let it count since it didn't count for the other one.
Yeah.
Oof, we all kind of failed that one.
Okay.
I think the first one should count, right?
So you believe you hear a whispering in your ears. You hear a few words like bounds to the island's embrace, time long gone, tapestry unfinished. You hear sort of these whispers as you move along, and there is an eerie mist that begins to sort of percolate and fade. It becomes strong for a moment as you're walking. It's a subtle but very extant mist sort of along the path as you're traveling. But you don't really feel much of it. You can just, again, you hear, it's like very vague whispers in the air. And you continue to travel along. I'll say that you also hear a few other, you begin to hear a few sentences as you walk. Weave stories anew, frayed ends of histories, echoes, desires resonate, woven once more, Cradovar, beseech. And that's it. None of you can quite tell, unfortunately, due to circumstances, none of you can quite tell out the full story of what they were saying, but you hear something in the winds. And you can tell, I will say, from the islands that there's a supplication, there's a request, there's a hope, but you don't know what it is. And by now you've traveled for about 4 or 5 hours. You're about 3 hours from Grievehaven. If you travel due north, you'd be about probably 5 hours from Magerian. But again, these are all pleasant towns, and again, your characters know these lands to some degree. They're either for fortune or seeking, or out of the arcane mysteries that they heard of from this land, or at the request of their kingdom, or at any of these other possible justifications for traveling through Drenach, you all know that there's something important on this island. But again, you can't tell what the supplications are. All that you know is that there's some possible magic on this land. You know that there is several cities about 5 or 6 days to the north. There's another city 6 or 7 days to the west. But yeah, also, again, you can continue traveling down the road. You would know that there's no temples near you. There's no druidic groves or anything like that. So essentially, and just as a DM note, I'm definitely not railroading here. You can do whatever. You could go to any other town. You could ask me what other towns your character might know. I'm just starting off very, very vaguely, but you can start to ask more questions of what your characters would know as we go along. But yeah, so again, you have all that you hear are whispers, and if you want to try to do anything to understand more, or if you want to seek out what those whispers are, feel free to do so. I'm trying to increase freedom, not railroad an encounter or anything.
Yeah.
No, I would want to try and understand the whispers and find where they're coming from.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Yeah. I'll
And
go
so-
ahead and ask,
Let me ask you, have you been hearing weird whispers?
yeah, I was about to say it's not just me, right? You guys, you guys hear this?
I have definitely been weirdly hearing whispers around me, and I don't know where they're coming from. I don't really understand what they're saying. I just know that they're there. It's
I was
very
walking
odd.
behind Raj, and I wasn't sure if it was just passing of the wind, but see,
No, I have not passed any wind today. I'm sorry, my friend.
good.
Yeah, I've been hearing them also.
Okay, so it seems like it's coming from the same direction that we're traveling ish. Do you guys? I think we know there's a couple cities up there. I kind of want to figure out what's going on with this noise, the wind. What do you guys feel?
That is exactly what I want to do.
I'm here to explore, so let's explore.
And then outside of the game, real quick, how are we on the trolling? I don't want to be like that one guy that just is too troll and doesn't take anything seriously, because I do, like passing of the wind type thing, or like
A
if I'm
good mix. A good mix.
good mix.
It's
Okay,
usually what
I
I
don't
go
want
for.
too much of like, hey, can I ride you, Zanon? Like, are you faster on 4 feet type thing? And then like, dude, shut the fuck up, Kobe. Like, fuck.
No, absolutely. You can ask shit like that. Please do.
Yeah, you could ask it.
Wait. Now, when you say around 40 inhabitants, you mean literally just like 40 people, right? So these are like small ass towns.
Yeah. So I was gonna wait until one of you had asked more about the lands, but again, feel free to ask any questions you have. But yeah, so I guess this is. I was trying to avoid too much exposition and letting the characters discover, but some of this is important to know. So as I'd mentioned, this land was discovered. Sorry, and I guess I mentioned this a little while ago. But this history is important, and this is a DM to player moment. Just so your characters would know most of this, but some of this they wouldn't, and I still think it's going to be useful. But as the story goes, Captain Dren Alara discovered this island about 80 years ago. The island was said to hold untold riches, mystical secrets, and uncharted territories by the crew of Dren. Inspired by these tales, she returned to this island that she had discovered. She'd been there for a few months, but sort of she got back to the coast to steer, and she realized that, she told people a fair amount of what she discovered, and they paid her a great deal to return. And she sort of started making multiple travels back to this land. And this was only 80 years ago, mind you. So essentially, she was the first one to set foot here 80 years ago, and she was the first one to know about it. And so that's how it took the name of Drenach, because Ach is sort of a word that encapsulates the desire for exploration. So it's sort of, it's just her and a local word from Steer that encapsulates that hunt for exploring. It's a very beautiful island in a way, but it also has quite a mixed terrain. I'm just going to bring us back to the islands map again.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's good.
Yeah. So you all are the character tokens. They're just there for reference for the part of the island, but you're near the coast. So you're closer to where you're not. She actually arrived around here at the coastal tip, and that's where you can expect some of the older cities, but some of the largest cities ended up being set up down here to the far southwest. But the thing is, again, this is an island of exploration and wonder. But yeah, so it's not hugely populated, but there is a more and more people are arriving from more and more kingdoms, and mysterious circumstances are quite commonplace. But again, if you guys have any more questions, feel free. It's really meant to be like, I don't want to shovel info to you guys. I'm hoping this is a new island in a new world that you never have played a game in. So if you have any questions at all, just let me know. But I figured the best thing to know is what your party is. You know what I mean? And then after that, we can sort of discover more about the world. And also thinking about it from an individual perspective, like your characters would only know the town or the home or the village or the city that they're from. And none of you are like archmages or kings. You know, like you wouldn't necessarily know all of the outside details. So to your characters, it's sort of like, I heard about a cool place or I was sent to a cool place. And you can determine sort of what your character is here for as you sort of learn. And, you know, it's an evolving thing. But yeah, so I'm going to return you back to the road that you're on. But I guess, again, at any moment, if you want to, you can say, hey, DM. Sorry, 1 second. Let's readjust that map. There we go. But yeah, at any moment, you can say, hey, DM, tell me more about this world, about this land, about what my god is, about what the gods are. And yeah, feel free to explore and wonder and wander the island of Dranach. Or if you think you've had enough of it, try to find a way off and return to your local kingdom or discover whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, perhaps these whispers are from a treasure. After all, this island is mostly unexplored, so let us be about it, and perhaps we can find something for ourselves.
Let's explore. Although I think it's probably more from a monster than a treasure. But yes, let's go.
I don't know how you would wish such bad luck on us, but okay. Why not be an optimist about this? I mean, to be fair, I do think you are right, but you never know.
Optimists tend to die quicker than pessimists.
I don't know if that's strictly true. It's just an outlook.
I'll be the realist. Let's go and smite this monster and take its treasures. Boom. Let's conquer this.
All right, let us continue.
All right, let's move on. Let's find the source of these incessant whispers.
All right. So as your party continues along, you travel through what is still a sort of pleasant northeastern style forest. It's you're near the coast, so there's still some errant lake beds. There's random streams of water. Sort of, it's a very verdant, lush land in eastern Janash. So you're traveling along this wonderful dirt road. It's a beautiful path, and once again you begin to hear this somewhat ominous whisper, which goes, give me one more perception check.
Eesh.
All right. So Zenmon
that
and Coping, you two hear it quite clearly as Raj happily continues to march on.
Yep.
And no fear. But you hear And so, as sort of the ends of a supplicating rhyme, as if a song is ending, you hear, and so, should you ever turn towards the whispers of the past, seeking to bridge the divide, know that a sliver of hope lingers. The tapestry of, and the whisper does get hollower sort of in moments as it's speaking. And it sounds like it's the memory of a whisper, though. It's not entirely there. It's like a wisp. But you hear the tapestry of Cradovar's history may yet be rewoven, even as the mist of resentment shrouds over our words. And a mist slightly darker begins to envelop you as you walk, but you don't hear anything else. And you're not immediately stricken with a sense of worry. But I'll just repeat those last lines. The tapestry of Cradovar's history may yet be rewoven, even as the mist of resentment shrouds our words.
One more time.
The tapestry of Cradovar's history may yet be rewoven, even as the mist of resentment shrouds our words.
I'm sorry, once more?
God damn it. The tapestry of Cradovar's history may yet be rewoven, even as the mist of resentment shrouds our words. And I might just do that voice. It's a fun DM voice, actually. But yeah. So,
has been broken.
essentially,
Yeah.
something about
So yeah, Cradovar's will be reawoken. Tapestry wins.
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, you're good. But yeah, so essentially, something is going on, but you don't know. It sounds like you don't know it.
How loud is that last whisper that we heard?
It actually got quieter. It was like you all walked. So you were walking for about an hour, and you heard wisps and whispers along that road to your west. And again, you're right near the coast. You're to the east. You have a town now about 2 or 3 hours north. But yeah,
I'm gonna speak back into the air, like back at the whisper. He who stumbles around in darkness with a stick is blind, but he who sticks out in darkness is fluorescent.
I hate you.
I cast light on Raj.
See, look at that. Coping understands exactly what I'm talking about.
so okay.
How do I cast light?
So I will say the mist does begin to dissipate. And yeah. No, that was pretty good. All right, so the mist dissipates. I think you will hear one last phrase. Once we yearn to be heard, to share our stories and our desires, to forge a connection with those who tread upon this land. Yet your speech echoes to the walls which separate us, sort of out of a sense of frustration to a degree. But again, the mists, which were gentle and on the land just a wee bit, have begun to part, and the voices begin to dissipate. And yeah, the road continues northward. You have forests to your west. You have the road that you just walked for several hours to your south, and then you have the coast to your east. And your party can do as you wish. Again, you're a couple hours to the town of Greenhaven, so you can continue there if you want. But it's really up to what you guys want to do.
Only in concealing one's identity can one truly be known.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Would you guys want to explore this area a bit more before heading over back to town?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. If you
After
both
all,
agree,
if there is something around here that was causing those mists, then we should probably try and find out what it was. In case it is a treasure. And if it is something dangerous, perhaps we could kill it, or at least warn the villagers nearby. And I do believe we should stick together for this as well. After all, the four elements, like man alone, are weak, but together they form the strong fifth element, boron.
or are we?
I hate you.
So as your party continues along the road, you're now at the crest of a hill. You can see quite clearly for some distance. In retrospect, I would love. I will. Anyway, there's something that I want to do for myself in the future for situations like this, which is create visages so that you can see. But I'll try my best to paint a picture with words. So you are at a tall, crescending hill. You can see further north just the crests of the town of, and I'll show it to you for a moment. The town of Greenhaven. So if you look at the, oh, 1 second. Yeah. So you can see a part of the, towards the water, you can see a part of Greenhaven from the hill that you're on. You can see trees for goodness knows how far. You can see just lush forests for miles. You see the cresting of, you're beginning to see Greenhaven now since you're only a few hours away. And we're bringing you back to the hill now. You can also see if you travel a little to the west, eventually there is a stone road, which that's several hours though. It's probably about 4 or 5 hours. And you're beginning to get now, let's say it's around high noon. It's a little past noon. And all of you have plenty of supplies since you had all intended to travel across Drenach. But yeah, you also there's trees in the way, but if you sort of wandered through the trees for a bit, you could see the distant ocean. And yeah, to your south as well, there's the road which continues back through forest. But again, it's up to the party. Whatever you want to do, you can do.
Perhaps we should stop in Greenhaven here and find out if anyone else has heard these whispers or seen that fog that we walked through. Perhaps it is a known thing around here.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Always good to have more information.
Yeah, let's start walking that way.
So your party continues. Now, just one moment.
That mist thing
Okay.
is odd, huh?
So as your players journey through the coastal forest, they come across an abandoned campsite with remnants of a small fire and a few scattered belongings. You're still walking. You're only a few hours. You're only a few hours away from Greenhaven. You've just finished going over the hill. But yeah, just give me a quick perception check. Just or describe what your character would do. But you see what you think to be an abandoned campsite.
Oh, I actually rolled good. Holy shit.
Big. All right. So, what you see is again a small fire with a few scattered belongings, specifically Raj and Coping. You both see disturbed leaves, somewhat fresh footprints. You think that they left probably a couple hours ago. And having succeeded the perception check in the way that you did, you've been traveling these lands for a little while. I could have done an insight or something for this, but it's fine. So you know that there's plenty of arcane folks. There's plenty of adventurers. There's plenty of, dungeon dwellers and magical creatures that come to this land to try to explore and lay claim to new relics or to something. If they want to discover a new keep or something and claim it for their own. Everyone has different reasons for coming to Dranash. But you also know that there's thieves. It's an interesting land, but not everyone is ideal. In this pile, you see a hidden trap set up nearby. Continue on as you would. So your characters are along a dirt road. It's mostly sort of meadow/grassland, as you would expect from you're near a coast. The trees are sort of obscuring some vision, but you can see the camp ahead of you. You can see that someone set up sort of carelessly in the area. And again, Raj, you can see what you think to be some sort of a trap set along the road.
Be very careful, you two. I think there is a trap set up ahead of us. I think perhaps we are going to get ambushed if we walk down this road.
Oh, thanks, Raj. Dang. Hey, Zenmon, what's the animal? What's your animal's name that's traveling with you?
He doesn't have a name yet. He's just a little baby. Once he gets a little older, he has his own name to tell me.
Okay. I was gonna see if maybe he wanted to, like, if he can scout up ahead a little bit or make a noise, but that's probably not smart. Never mind.
Nah, yeah, he can only follow commands, and he has to be within my sight to follow them.
I am slightly sneaky myself. I could try to sneak around and see what I can find.
Yeah, I think that's good. Zenon, you want to hide in the trees a little to the left and wait to see what Raj reports? We can try to keep an eye on him.
Sure, I can fall behind him a little bit. My stealth's pretty good, also.
Okay,
just being in the woods.
And I'm so I'll just trail back even further than you two are using on, and then I think that's a good plan. And what are you guys gonna yell out if there is something wrong?
I will just yell that there are enemies and attack if I happen to run into someone.
Okay, and then we'll turn around and run away. Perfect plan.
That'll be the plan.
If you do that, well, let us see. Let us see. I will find out right here whether I can trust you two with my back or not. So I guess.
Raj.
Thank you, Groping. I'd like to hear it. It would just be like a cat to run away in fear.
Yes.
Raj just kind of scoff and then.
I want to roll for animal handling so bad. I don't know.
I would walk off to the woods, I guess, towards the left there, and then try and sneak around through the woods, see what I can find. See if I can find people waiting in ambush or anything nearby.
Yeah, I'll give him a 30-second or a couple of minute head start, and then I follow behind him.
And then, yeah, I'll do a 30-second kind of minute, and then follow Zemnon.
Well, with all of this, so Raj, you're creeping. The main forest that you could creep is to the right or to the left. Which way would you creep?
To the left.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
As we start, and they're in a line, I pass a quick little frago to Zemnon. I say, hey, I might hop on the trail and walk towards the trap without getting to it, since Raj pointed it out to us. And since I have tank armor and I'm pretty beefy, maybe I could go out first, and then if you guys sneak ahead, you could ambush them.
The classic Uno reverse card. I like it.
Card. Can you pass that to Raj? I'm gonna hop out to the road.
Okay, I'll let him know. So I let Raj.
Yes.
So this is. Sorry.
We're doing Coping's gonna head down first, and he's gonna act as bait for the trap and see what happens. We'll stay in the rear and guard him. We'll protect him from the shadows. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense to me. That is fine.
All right. So does this current map roughly line up with what y'all are planning?
Yeah, where exactly is the trap along this?
So the trap would be right around, we'll say here.
Okay.
It was just
So pretty
that
close
was
in front of
that
Coping.
was it.
Gotcha.
That was an excellent roll. So good job. But yeah.
Thank you.
Now I will give me one. So Raj, just give me a quick stealth check.
Stealth is here. Wow, what a roll!
Okay, so I will give you a couple choices here. Okay, so I will say, because your choices were excellent thus far. So one moment while I adjust something. So because the okay, so excellent. So Raj, you sort of hear a group in the woods. You hear two sentences. You hear, quiet day, huh? Not much happening. You think we should head back, Larkin? You can't really hear precisely what they say in response. And then you hear something about, you believe you hear a female voice saying something along the lines of, "Forest gives me the creeps." You can't quite make out entirely what she's saying, but as you walk, you think it's probably like 30, 40 feet away, but you're not really sure. You just hear people talking, and you're pretty sure it's coming from the wood line. What do you do?
I would keep trying to creep closer.
Okay. You begin to hear more. You hear another female and somewhat gruffer, older-looking man discuss. You hear a few things about took off the travelers. Could always make them see something that's not there. And then there's a little bit more muffled speech. Again, you're not that close to them. You hear, like rats, something. So essentially, I think you get the idea. You're hearing bits and pieces of conversations about their takings and spoils thus far. And yeah, so what do the three of you do? Remember,
I would just keep trying to creep closer until I can get in range to actually like see them and then like run and attack them.
Okay. And then the other two of you, I know Coping, your character, he's just walking he's just gleaming armor, just walking and talking. And I will say, so as soon as, and Raj, you would be able to see this, but, you see, give me a moment while I figure out a good quote for that one.
And I'm thinking as I come up to the trap that I know the area it's in,
yeah.
I avoid it, but I do it like weird clumsily, like so I don't throw them off like I knew it was there. They just think I accidentally passed it.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, you actually, so Raj, as you see Coping approaching the trap, you hear, did you catch a glimpse of that one's armor? Looks like it'd fetch a pretty penny. And then you hear one of the first female, maybe I'll pick a branch up there and have a bird's eye view of their shock. Sort of, they're all just sort of quipping and having fun with each other. And can you all move your tokens just to sort of where you want to be as you keep going along? All right. So as Coping approaches the trap, he sort of stumbles over it. And in that moment, a man steps out. You see this sort of gray bearded. So this is coping specifically. You see this gray bearded man, probably in his 40s to 50s, and he looks at you, and he begins the speech. He sort of he looks. If everyone could stop moving their tokens for just a moment. So as coping, you venture through this forest. You begin to feel a sense of tension because again, remember Raj and Zenmon, you know what's going on, but he doesn't. So you have this sense coping of unease. You can hear some rustling leaves. It catches your attention as you begin to bend the path. You suddenly see this older man in his 40s or 50s with a cloak positioned strategically along the wood line. You're sketched. And he looks over and he says, well, what have we here? Traveler, stumbling into our territory. I must say, you've wandered into quite the predicament. This forest has a way of revealing secrets, you see. And, well, you've got things on you, I think, and I think those things should be mine. So if you'll be patient and polite about it, give me everything you've got, and I'll let you keep going.
Now, do I see this guy?
Yes.
Okay.
At this point, all 5 of them are looking at coping. They just see this armored man walking down the road, thinking, "Easy catch, easy take."
So as the guy is talking about secrets, right as he finishes talking, Raj will yell out and charge at this guy. I just said it earlier. It is only when something is kept secret can it truly be known. And then I would charge at and attack this guy off to the left.
Hell yes. Okay, so that is our first combat. Now give me a moment. I'll stop the patient calm music for a moment. All right, so now what we've got going on is a bit of a battle. Now, so the way that it's going to work for combat, I presume, let me check Discord to see whether or not you've all rolled. Okay, so give me quick initiative rolls, and then I'm going to try to work a very smooth. Okay, so we got 13-9, and then Copian, if you could just give a quick
I'm trying to find the button for it.
Initiative.
No,
you got to click on the number to the left of the word initiative, and then that's how it is for the whole sheet.
Gotcha.
And let's see.
I like how the person with the highest dex rolled the lowest. Good job, Billy.
Good job.
It happens.
So the way that we're going to work this is because they were all so casually. You see these 4 thieves to the back, just very one of the ladies was literally in the middle of climbing up to a branch, her weapon slung around her shoulder. The 2 men that you can see are just sort of like, one of them was picking their tooth. And as a quick reference, let me just set the stage for what you see. So you have 4 individuals. One of them looks to be an archer. One of them seems to have blades set up. One of the males he looks like a seasoned archer. Raj, the man that you just jumped upon, is sort of an older, he's not as old as the first fellow that was talking to Copian, but this guy looked like an experienced thief. He has taken a few people out. You can just smell thieving on him. You see a female a little bit further back ahead of you who has a dagger in her hand, and you can tell she's just a cutthroat. You see a man who's holding some sort of an odd holy symbol in his hands, but again, he looks like a thief like all the others. And then you have a female who was smiling with a mischievous grin, who seems to be wearing some sort of a robe of some kind. And then you have the primary leader, the man who stepped out, who's clearly the oldest and the most successful, I would say. He's sort of wearing decent clothing. He looks like he's a thief who's made it. But yes, so we have done initiative, and Raj, you're going to be able to go first. And again, you are closest to the man who would have been the archer, but at the moment, his bow is not well set to kill. And earlier I said the archer was female. My bad. The archer is the male that you're standing next to, and the female with the robe was the one who was climbing up the tree. But yes, from here, it is up to the three of you. You have initiative. Tell me what you do.
Am I rolling with advantage for surprise, or is it just a normal attack?
Who has advantage? Oh, Raj.
I'm asking if I do.
Yeah, you can. You have advantage. You almost certainly have advantage.
All right, I'm going to I guess bend my head forward and try to take a giant chunk out of the archer's neck. That's a crit. So that's 10 damage with a bite to that dude's neck. And then if he's still up, I'm going to use my monk bonus action attack to punch him with my offhand after trying to rip out his throat.
You crit bit this dude's neck.
Yes, I did. Oh, that's only a 7 to hit, though, so that's probably not going to hit the punch. But
one moment. So you successfully hit. Oh God! So you and how many damage? So both strikes. Well, one moment.
No, the second one didn't hit, right? The second one was only
the bite
7.
Hit. No, the bite hit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The unarmed strike did not hit. I was just for a moment. I was like, does the crit also affect the unarmed strike? But no,
it doesn't.
Separate attacks. So you're 100% good. Yeah. So your bite, you chunk this dude's neck. He looks at you. He starts to try to say what to warn his group, but you cut a hole into his neck. So as he tries to speak, it just splutters more blood. He's still alive. He's clutching at his neck, and he begins to attempt to take the bow off of his back, but he doesn't have the opportunity to shout out, because any attempt to shout just results in more air leaving as you bite into his neck. It is pseudo horrific, but excellent job. As this archer does his best to try to shout out to his friends, again, the blood and the gargling stops any chance of him giving good warning and heed. Larkin is still speaking to Coping. If anything, if any of them heard anything, one of them began to hear the gargle and did look, and that was, you see her beginning to look in your direction in this moment. Zenmon, what do you do?
So I'm just going to move up a little bit, and then I have a question for you.
Yes.
So as a Drake Warden Ranger and a Leonin, I get the Thermatology cantrip, right?
Yep.
And as a Leonin, I get the Daunting Roar. So I was going to see if I can use the Thermatology to increase the Daunting Roar to frighten all enemies.
Okay, one moment. Let me double check something.
No problem.
Great. Yeah.
And that would be I believe that would be a charisma save, correct?
Wisdom.
Oh God. Oh God.
Are they not very wise?
Well, they jumped to cleric.
Do you call him Chuck? Chuck's a cleric.
No, they jumped to cleric.
Oh.
Which is not very right.
Okay.
For sure.
So what's their save?
So the standard Daunting Roar would be DC 11. Oh wait, I'm sorry, DC 11 or 14? I don't know. DC 11 wisdom save, it says. So, which doesn't make sense if it's a wisdom save. It should go off my wisdom, right?
What's your wisdom
That's
bonus?
fine.
+4. So a 10 plus 4 should be 14, right? I don't know why.
I think it's usually like 8 plus something. I think for saves. I could be wrong.
We'll go with 11. I think that's more reasonable.
Oh.
That's because that's a pretty high for level 3. That's
If you look at the ability on the sheet, it should tell you why it's calculating it that way.
Oh no, it's just, you know what it is. The thing on the description, it does something. It's saying something different than what the actual number is supposed to be. It's supposed to be 14 for the wisdom save. It's 10 plus wisdom modifier.
Oh, so it's 14.
DC 8 plus
Oh,
proficiency bonus.
proficiency
plus
bonus,
wisdom
yeah.
Modifier. Yep.
Yep.
Perfect.
Never mind.
Okay, so that in this case would be 12, correct? Or 14?
Yeah, my wisdom modifier is
So
plus
it would be
4.
14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, and with thaumaturgy, it would increase it. Like, what does it say? 3 times as loud.
Are they running for the hills?
I think he's figuring that out now.
yes. Okay, so what we'll do is running for the hills would be interesting. But given the scenario, because of their level of confidence in the scenario that they were in, this is some DM bullshit, and that's fine. So what I will say is it's going to be an extra. So essentially, they had just begun to come out of their surprise at being any potential surprise at being attacked. So it'll be basically an extra turn of surprise, if that works. So they were just only one of them had just noticed that their friend's neck was being chewed off. Larkin looks your way, stumbles back. All of them stumble back in fright as their turn. One of them specifically begins to regain her senses. And you can actually, Zenmon, from where you are, you can't see her, but Raj can. But with that daunting, terrifying roar, essentially that leaves these two cowering in fear. Larkin backs off, even though you can tell he's an experienced thief who's done this probably hundreds of times since he got to Denmarsh and was just easy pickings on explorers. He's feeling fear for the first time. In his cold blue eyes, he's feeling fear in a very real sense. He's not sure about his life choices. He also peers to his right and he sees one of his friends who he's known for probably months, if not years, having his throat ripped out, which is a
Goddamn
situation.
With
So, excellent work. Now, Copine, it's all you, bud. What do you want?
But by the way, when they look at me, because I got like blood all around my mouth and shit, I just smile back at them with the blood all around my mouth.
No. Oh, no.
fucking metal.
Why? just, oh, God.
Metal.
Rammstein plays in the background quietly. All right, Copine, what's your plan? What are you doing?
Dick. So I think I can close that gap, right, on that main guy, the older guy that was talking.
You
to
can
me?
get up to here. Yeah, I mean either place. Yep. 100%.
6 word. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
100%.
So I'm gonna charge in. I'm gonna charge in my lasers. I'm gonna charge in. Screaming. Whatever Raj said. Something about secrets.
It is only when something is secret can it truly be known.
Yeah, that. And as I run in, Raj says that with his mouth all bloody. I say, yeah, what he said. And what? Let me see my strike thing. So, I will use one of my slots. How do I use the spell Thunder Wave? It's not saying.
On the spells tab, you press the button cast a spell and then select Thunderwave.
Gotcha. Thanks. Seems stupid now since I say that out loud.
It's totally all right. Totally understandable.
So I will. Yeah. It's either that or gust of wind. No, I will thunder wave this guy.
Little Thor action. All right.
Nice.
All right. So we have
Clap him with.
Yep, you clap him. All right.
Damn.
So
Yeah,
you
close to max
strike
damage.
him. You strike him. Yeah, holy Toledo, man. That's a big hit. Give me a moment while I do some quick maths. All right. So
if he doesn't get the save,
Quick maths.
What would the save?
Man's not hot.
Oh, 13.
Man's never hot.
So if he doesn't roll that, then another 8 damage.
5 plus 5 is 10. Quick
Is
maths.
that what that is?
No, he only takes 8 damage if he makes the save.
Oh, gotcha. Thanks.
okay. So
Dubiness.
so you hit Larkin. You hit this thief dead ahead of you as he's largely because in your eyes you see this guy looking to his right, and a look of sadness comes upon his face for a moment, and then a look of terror as he hears this thunderous roar.
Sadness.
And then in that moment, you take the opportunity to run up upon him. Now, you strike him. What does it look like when you hit him with this attack?
So
He doesn't die, but what does it look like when you hit him?
So I have the mace flail, kind of half flail, not a flail though, it's a mace in my right hand, and when I come up, I grunt, and I come up with my left hand because the flail, like the mace, is in my right, and I with my fingers pointed out like a claw, I just like full force underhand twist into his abdomen, chest area, and I released this wave of thunderous boom, kind of up towards his face.
Dang. All right, so you watch, it's like his ribs and upper body reverberates with the strike, and his lips do that little like flapping thing. Like his whole body, it's almost like it is like slow-mo for the fight, but his arms wave out. He somehow manages to hold on to his short sword, but his body seems to just wave like a piece of tinfoil being flapped as just this thunder, just this sound churns through his body and then out past him. Unfortunately, there's no other enemies behind him, so it just shakes it shakes the branches of trees. One of the trees almost goes the smaller tree almost uproots as you see this dramatic thunder action, Raj and Zenmon. However, the thief in front of you turns back to you, gives you a swift, angry look, and begins his return strike. So now...
Did he get pushed 10 feet away? I guess he just moves back.
If he failed to save, he's supposed to get pushed 10 feet.
No, you're right. Yeah, so let's just put him back there. All right. He does, however, survive, and he gives you the look. The look. He still has his weapon. He's very unhappy though. He is not a happy camper. And now let me just double check. So I think so that was your first turn, and now okay, so y'all can go again, as the thunderous roar did cause a moment of surprise. As the rest of their party tries to deal with again while simultaneously with all of your initial turns. There was a thunderous roar from both Zemnon and Copine, and now their whole party is stunned for a turn, and now you guys can all go again. Top of the round, basically. Coping, because you entered last, we'll have you go. It's going to be the same order. It's going to be Raj, Zemnon, Coping, and then them.
I'm gonna do the same. He's still up, right? The guy in front of me with the bow, like he's just really badly injured.
Yes, bubbling neck. It is the
All right.
fountain.
I'm gonna do the same thing I just did last round. I'm going to reach out, try and bite him again. I want to finish off that neck. That's a 15. 15
right.
for 5 damage.
One moment then. Okay. So, in what manner do you end this archer's life?
I reach out, I yank his hand protecting his neck. Like I'm assuming he like reached up and is trying to like stem the blood flow. So I'm gonna yank that arm away, and I'm gonna reach out and I'm just gonna bite him again with my mouth and just like finish ripping out his throat essentially.
Nom 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 nom. Now,
exactly.
For your class, because Dan Peer, that's a thing. So are there any visual or magical effects that Zemnon or Coping would notice while you're doing this? Or...
No, it's purely physical. There's nothing magical attached to the normal bite. And then this would be player knowledge, not character knowledge. I can empower my bite, and then maybe there'd be like some kind of magical energy, but normally no. It's just a bite.
Okay. The reason I ask is now Zemnon and Coping. Coping, I know you're caught up in a vicious fight with this old, experienced thief just ahead of you. So you probably wouldn't notice this. But Zemnon, since you're sort of mastering the battle right now, you have a good sense of what's going on. What does your character think about what you just saw happen?
He's thinking that these guys must be terrified that there's fucking an evil god coming along. Not only did they hear like a dragon shout, this fucking roar that come from nowhere, all of a sudden the thunder this guy just split apart for this dude. This other thunderous roar comes down. They must be terrified. So it's great for battle.
So no opinions about watching watching this random Indian fellow just.
Well, you gotta remember, I'm a lion. I'm a leon, and
Yep.
like so. It's just like he's doing what he's got to do. Use the tools given to you.
Eat the prey. Yep. No, that's fair. That's fair.
So I haven't moved this turn. So what I'm gonna do now that guy's down, I'm going to run up. I want to try and prevent these guys from fleeing. So I'm gonna run up next to this lady, and I'm gonna use my bonus action, second unarmed strike, to try and hit her. That's a 17 for 4 damage. So I just I basically run up to her and I like try and like drop kick her essentially. What do you think you're going? Kick.
So you approached just to set the scene as well. So you ran up to a woman who had just moments ago been looking at Coping, expecting free and easy armor, maybe some golds, maybe some scrolls, maybe some knowledge. She's holding a dagger in her hand, sort of looking off to her. She was just looking at Coping at the moment. And she suddenly gets kicked from the side by...
That's right.
Just some guy.
There's nowhere for you to run. You and your companions. Not even real, do you understand?
What the fuck are you... And then as she's turning, she sees the dead body of her companion, and her eyes open in fright. But it doesn't do enough to actually stun her or anything.
Don't forget, I probably have like blood like all down the front of my robes and shit, all covering my mouth.
But she looks at you, and with a little bit of an Irish lilt, she goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?" And yes, all right. So
your friend tasted delicious.
That's the quote. Your friend tasted delicious. All right. Excellent. Okay, great. So that's fantastic. So now, Zemnon, what do you do?
All right, so I'm gonna move my 35 feet, which I don't know. How do you get the measuring tape out for this thing?
On the
every
left,
square-
it's the ruler underneath the eyeglass, and then you can measure.
100%.
But yeah, it is as Ray was about to say, it's 5 feet per square, so you can't just like count it too.
Diagonals or perpendicular. I can do that.
What about parallel?
Whatever. We're trying our best out here, okay? So what do you do after dramatically lion pouncing?
Okay, after that, I will attack him with one of my scimitars.
God bless. I should add, so you run up to a man who he's wearing dark robes, and he has sort of an odd, subtle, holy symbol in his hands. He has a pseudo-mysterious aura, but it doesn't matter because you just got to attack the scimitar. All right, so let's see. What did you get?
Okay, let's I'll roll it. 13.
All right.
Did that hit?
One moment. Let me
Okay.
let me just double check something.
And just so you know, now that it looks like everyone's within 30 feet, as long as the Drake that's always by my side sees someone, they get an extra 1d6 poison damage with their rolls with an infused strike.
Okay, so
Allies or everybody?
And no, it's just when another creature that it wants to give it to, but normally it's gonna be me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so for this individual, so you attempted to strike, but you sort of see it's not quite a mist. It's sort of like you bit what you thought was his shoulder. Oh, sorry, no, you struck at what you thought was his shoulder, but it's sort of like in the moment that you were hitting him, he sort of you missed him, but it feels kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Rurouni Kenshin moment. It's like, how are your arms so long? Yeah, it's sort of one of those moments.
Okay.
Yeah. So you strike at his shoulder, and you sort of you feel like you're supposed to hit him, but you kind of missed, and he sort of sidestep jukes it. And is there a separate roll for your pet?
Well, I'm going to use my bonus action
Okay.
on because I'm a dual wielder. So, okay.
That hits.
Okay, so with that one, I do that, and then with that's the infused strike. So I'll roll that real quick. Okay. So that's 8 slashing damage, 5 poison.
Excellent. Great.
Nice.
Okay. Wonderful.
Sick.
All right. So, let's see. So he's injured. He's almost certainly, you can tell that the poison's beginning. He's feeling the poison, but it doesn't quite kill him. And you hear him saying, "Obey the shadows that whisper in your mind." Sort of not to you, to himself. It's like this. He's sort of reciting it to himself. As you can tell he's trying to endure the poison. But yeah, so excellent work.
I forgot to this on myself, by the way, because I killed that guy.
Perfect.
Touch of death.
Okay. Excellent. So just keep track of that. I'm not gonna separately.
Yeah, it's all on my sheet automatically, so I don't have to worry about it.
Love it. All right, cool. So let's see. Now we are up to coping.
All right. So, that archer's dead, right? And
Yep.
then did Zemnot, did he kill that guy? Is he dead?
No, he is still alive.
Okay.
He actually looks to be doing pretty well. It's just you saw sort of an odd. It looked odd to you. The two of them are fighting near the base of two trees, and
I can't see that. Yeah.
it looked like it looked like Zemnon hit this man wearing a robe, but it was odd. There was something strange. You couldn't, because you were in the middle of fighting Larkin, you couldn't quite make out what occurred, but it just seemed like an odd fight. But yeah.
Okay. I am going to
The 4 people watching are, but welcome. Hope you have fun. Hope you enjoy.
mock this experienced fighter.
Feel free to chat at me.
say-
I am paying attention.
Surprised you're still in one piece. And I am just going to call forth what I hope is a massive spell.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if I can do it.
If you need information about what we're doing, where we are in the world, what's going on, I could repeat what's happened so far. It's the first
Do we still have
session,
advantage?
so
No,
we've
I
just
never had
done
it
some
very
like
much.
history and some lore of the world and what's going on and where we are, and then we're fighting some random bandits and thieves.
So Larkin, after you mocked him, while you're prepping whatever it is that you're about to do, he says, "Ah, a sharp tongue on you, I see.
So if
As
you're
for my
feeling
gang,
kind, drop a follow.
treasures plucked from the shadows. Just remember, appearances can deceive, and so can my associates. I've been known to turn rats into lions and whispers into thunderstorms."
And then I say, you know what comes after the thunder? And then I cast my guiding bolt.
Oh God! All right, roll.
I rolled.
He did. It's in Discord.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
It was only
Uh,
a 12 to hit though.
Yep. So we are. Let me double check this, guys.
I did hit, unfortunately, but that would have been massive damage. I think.
It might hit. You never know.
It would have killed him. Okay. So it was close. Your guiding bolt skimmed his cloak, but he looked back and he goes, "Whispers into thunderstorms." Sort of, yeah, it sounds cooler in his head. Like to you, you see this guy, like it's very, he's trying to say that he's going to win the fight.
Yeah.
But like,
I just give him like a weird, confused look as like he almost died, and like it's just a weird response.
What does he got? Like Japanese, like grade 4 Chunibyo syndrome. He's like gripping his wrist. The blackness inside me is escaping.
Yeah.
The demon king locked within my left eye stirs.
oh,
Yeah,
God,
I'm just confused, so I don't mind taking like a -1 on like whatever saving throws I have to do. I'm just like, what? I'm so thrown off.
Sanity damage.
Like his cloak's on fire from like a massive lightning strike I just threw at it. Like his
and
friends
he
are dying
barely,
around him.
it's just because you're rusty. It wasn't even like he's good. You just barely, you were
Yeah.
like, oh, God dang it. I'm supposed to put the feather to the right of my palm when I'm casting.
Yeah.
Damn it. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. All right.
I look
So
at my
here's-
weapon and say,
oh.
that normally hits.
And yeah, also for future fights, speech is 110%. By like, it's a free action. You never have to like. Please like don't write like a Lincoln speech or something and then like speak it out during the fight. But you get the idea. Like at any moment, you could say whatever you want, like during each other's turns and stuff. But yeah. Okay. So
Like a decent amount, like it's not too much.
what's up?
So mine wasn't too much.
No,
Just,
you could have gone for another 20 minutes. It's fine.
okay.
Yeah, no, I'm saying because sometimes I know in some games it's like you're supposed to do your action and then your bonus action, and you can speak during your turn or whatever. But like literally, if you just see something funny happening, just say my character, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it just because it's better for role playing.
I'm
You know,
assuming a bonus action isn't like a martial weapon hit or anything.
any ability will say whether or not it's a bonus action in its
Okay.
tooltip. Yeah. So, and usually it's like an offhand weapon a hand crossbow after, like, during movement, stuff like that. Yeah, bonus action. I want to say I can't. I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate 3. I can't remember. I don't think drinking a potion is drinking is drinking a potion a bonus action?
In tabletop, I think it's a free action.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So even that, yeah. So bonus action is and the way
I
this
can
is the way that
double
we'll
check.
play it. We'll just play it that something that isn't a major effort is a bonus action, and a free action is anything that you could do in like a second.
Okay, could I roll for like my confusion of like the bolt barely missing as like, my bonus action being like intimidation?
Oh no! Drinking a potion tabletop 5e is just a normal full on action.
That's okay. That's what I thought initially, but for our game, things like that are bonus actions at most, if not free actions. I'll just make a call given the moment and how, like, how crazy that situation is. Like, because again, meant to be a fun game. If the rules are restricting the fun, then we'll change the rules. So
works for me.
But yeah, sounds good. So now we are at the. So finally, yeah. It's the enemy's turn after like a series of wild events. And also, let me see what your
Yeah, could I? If not, I don't care. I was just gonna say, like, bonus action. Could that be an intimidation thing where like I'm confused by his response and like I'm looking at my hand and his
is that intimidation roll for him against you?
Against him. Oh, that's a check against me. Oh
no, I'm just
You're trying to intimidate him, right?
Yeah.
But what are you? Okay, so you missed. So what are you doing to try to intimidate him?
Well, the next one won't miss. I don't know. Never mind.
No, that's pretty intimidating. After that massive bolt just misses you, the next one won't miss. That's pretty fucking intimidating, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll go with that. I look at my hand. I'll say, like you said of it, like a little rusty. Next one won't miss.
Okay. So he's intimidated. I'll on certain abilities, I won't mention which, you might get an advantage down the road. But okay. Cool. So now, so Raj, you are currently fighting a woman with a knife in her hand. So she will. So she whips out her short sword and she attempts to strike. Let's see how it goes.
I don't have the highest AC. I bet she hits.
Does an 8 hit?
No, an 8 does not hit. Whew.
Does a 7 hit?
No, it does not.
So Kayla, this lady that you don't know, whose name you don't know, so she swings out at you viciously, but a little bit too viciously. Like, she just watched you suck the blood out of her friend in terror and then was frightened by a lion's roar, and she just flails, and with her Irish lilt she just screams out, "I'll fucking kill you, I'll kill you," and she just swings her swords, but her eyes are actually closed while she's swinging. It's just sort of, there are weapons in the air that you can dodge, so Raj easily steps out of the way. Now for the shadow. Okay. So, Billy, Zebnon,
yes.
I'm going to need a quick wisdom saving throw from you.
Not the best.
Oof.
It's better than it could have been. So, I will say that the man continues to chant, "Obey the shadows that whisper in your mind." And you can tell he looks a little bit mad with his cloak and this odd thing that you begin to notice looks like a vial, but it's just like, it's a weird hexagonal vial. It looks like it has liquid in it, but you can't really tell what's going on. Anyway, you actually drop your weapon. it's very odd. But you feel the urge to go prone, like to fall back against something forceful and commanding about this guy. But all that happens is you drop your weapon, sort of as a weird. It's a strangely intense experience, and that's all that he does. Next up, you see another. So there's a woman over here, just sort of. She's been out of the fight so far, and she. Let's see. Give me. She's not really in range of anyone for that. So actually, I'll just say that she runs up, and sort of out of a bit of range, she strikes out at you, and okay. What's your AC?
16.
Yeah. So she misses twice, and she lashes out at you with. She did have a staff, but she lashes out at you, but she actually misses twice, which is excellent. This is one of those DM fights I'm going to learn lessons from, isn't it? But yeah. So, but Zemnon, you did drop your weapon, and now for the big bad, Mr. Burned Coat Coping. You can smell his coat burning as he rushes at you. And let's see. So he strikes out with his so as he rushed at you, he whips out a rapier and he lashes out, dealing 7 piercing damage. So now I don't know if you've worked with the character. Is it easy on your character sheet to subtract that HP?
I have the 10 armor class. Did he hit through that, I assume?
Yes.
All right,
Wait, you only have a 10 AC?
Yeah.
That's not like crazy low.
No, wait. You're supposed to have heavy armor on, don't? Did you equip it in your inventory?
Probably not.
Probably not.
So I think heavy armor would give him like 16
plus 6. No, I think like 8, isn't it? Well, it depends on what heavy armor it. I think. Would you get full plate?
It usually starting off for clerics it's 16. It'll be 16. It won't be full plate.
Okay.
I don't think anyone starts with full plate in 5e. Though I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, that would be rare. Usually it's going to be chainmail, half plate. Half plate happens. I would expect a 15 or a 16 AC. Either way, Lyric still hits. It's just good for us to get this out of the way.
Okay.
Yep.
Or
So,
Larkin.
7 damage?
Apologies. Yes. And how much HP do you have left?
17.
Perfect.
That's not
Okay.
too bad.
So Larkin lashes out at you and he says, "My blade, your demise. Such is the order of things." As
Now-
he cuts into the exposed part of your half plate, cutting into your chest. What do you do?
Do I have a reaction from that?
No, he just hits you.
Oh, okay.
You could have one. I don't believe you do. As a cleric, normally it's just, especially at level 3, it's pretty standard. We're all lower level here, so like it's
Yeah.
pretty normal. You just got hit.
This thing
Yep.
says Wrath of the Storm. If a creature hits me with an attack, I can use a reaction, but you said I don't have one. Never mind.
Oh no, you do.
No,
If you have something that gives you a reaction, then you do. So that sounds like you
that
do.
would explain why the Tempest Cleric is OP. Okay.
It's Tempest Clerics are great. If you click on it, it should output it to Discord so
Yep.
Ray can read it too.
Let's see what it says.
Okay. I will do that.
Oh, there you go. He's got to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. So here's how it goes. So Larkin lunges at you with his rapier, stabs just into one of the openings in your half plate, and then you attempt to strike out using your reaction to hit the creature, but unfortunately, having learned his lesson, he knew to be careful around you and just barely juked. He squiggled big out of the range of your mace, and unfortunately you missed. He did, however, feel the sparks off of your mace as you attempt to lash out at him, so he still feels the fear. But once again, he does say to you, "My blade, your demise." Anyway, yeah. So that's
I kind of touch like where he hit me with like my offhand after I did the reaction, and I just wink at him. Just give him a long wink and a little
weird.
smirk.
Larkin's just like that. Don't make it weird, man. My blade, your demise. Fuck you. All right. All right. So we're back to the top. Big old Raj. What are you doing, bud?
Well, same things I've been doing. Gonna reach out, try and bite her again. How can you possibly kill me when you can't even kill your own fear?
Big.
Oh, that's only a 7 to hit, so I'm assuming that's a miss.
Yep.
So, and then I'll use my bonus action attack and then try and punch her in the face right after. It's a 14 for 3 damage.
That hits. She looks wounded. You definitely broke a rib. You hear a little crunch as you hit her, and she sort of like, her body sort of bellows inward on that rib, like, oh fucking hell, man. But she's still fighting. All right, Zemnon, the Lion Man.
Alrighty, so you said I'm disarmed, right?
Yes.
All right, so...
Oh, God, no. I know that sound. What are you doing?
No, I mean, I'm disarmed, but I'm never truly disarmed. I'm going to use my claw attacks.
Hell yeah, dude.
I knew it.
Tell me I can kind of like, kind of see out of like my peripherals of
yeah, no, that's in front of you. Yeah, no, you're looking in that direction.
Okay, 100%. Good. I just want to witness this. This is awesome.
All right, Lionel.
Here we go. First roll. A 17.
Hit.
And for the bonus action, I'll use it again. And an 18.
Hit. All right.
Nice.
Just give me a moment while I do some quick maths. Let's see.
Can you still get the imbuement from your pet with that?
Oh, good call. Yes, I do.
You're welcome.
God,
You're welcome. I didn't want you to forget.
It's only for 1 strike, so it's +6 poison for that.
Oh, God, no.
The other strike. Or is that just for both of them, right?
Yeah, it's for
Yeah,
both.
it's for... You imbue a strike that attacks, that hits.
Sick.
All right. So...
16 damage is not bad.
That's... God dang. All right. So... It's... Dude... He's feeling it, man. He's feeling it. It's so essentially describe how you hit him. He's not dead, but describe what you're doing to this strange illusory man.
These are just the most vicious, just freaking swipes of these giant, like, clawed hands that you can imagine. Just going straight fucking at him, just ripping these huge scars all over his body and his face.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, okay, all right. So excellent work,
brother.
He almost stumbles back, but he continues to survive. He's still, you can tell he's a pretty tough guy. But he did not. He thought he. You can tell there's a little bit of that moment of it's the same. It's, you take their weapons away, they're still lions. I got it. That's a good life lesson in this moment for me. But yeah, all right.
Shocking
So
information, really.
it is. Yeah, this is. If only they had Nat Geo and D&D. You know what I mean? But yeah, all right. So all right, Copian, what are you up to?
Opium.
So I'm pretty pissed off at this guy. I thought about teleporting to help out Zemnon, but after seeing the fury of strikes, I think he could last quite a while. And I think Raj got it. So I am just going to absolutely perforate this dude's eardrum so that if he doesn't die, he can't even hear himself. I am going to cast a spell, Shatter, a level 2 spell, and hopefully I hit him. It's a saving throw, I believe. So, yeah, So, I point it towards him, kind of the same way I did with my thunder wave, and yeah, and I just no one wants to hear your talk, old man. Not even you. And I'd cast it.
Nice.
And that was a 13 to save, correct?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, in the most awkward fight, so Larkin just barely the other side of his cloak burned to a fucking crisp. He feels the energy. In fact, I'll give you feel it actually does a little bit of damage to him. It didn't hit him. I'll give it to you because it's just one of those fights. You give him a little sizzle though, and he just looks at you.
Thanks for
a
watching.
little bit, a tinge of desperation is in his eyes, but he says, "Quick on my feet, just like a
Hope you guys are
shadow in the
enjoying.
moonlight. Your thunderous display won't catch me so easily, my friend."
I just what the fuck is with you people and your goddamn shadows? Can I throw a punch
What's
at
going on
him?
with these NPCs?
Sure.
Oh man.
Look,
All
man,
right.
it's my job. I'm a thief.
Come
We
on,
use
man.
we use shadows, you know. We
Uh,
juke stuff.
It's so funny.
Let me know if you have any suggestions on how to improve the stream or anything like that. Anyone who's watching,
Wait, how do I
could always
throw a
make things
freaking-
better. Everything's adjustable.
There's unarmed strike should be on there somewhere.
Yeah, I'll go under actions
Always
and
nice to have
scroll down.
feedback.
Gotcha. That's weird. I don't see it.
Honestly,
Oh,
just
he didn't put
worst case,
the add-on.
no,
Okay, we can do that later.
In roll
Oh, the
20,
extra extensions,
just,
yeah.
in roll 20, just roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Gotcha.
Dozen ways to make an omelet.
1,000 ways to die in the West.
1,000 ways to die in the West. 1d20.
Yeah, it's just there's a little dice symbol. Like
Oh yeah, I see
it's
it.
the last one. Yeah, just
Let
a
me get
quick
my
d20.
modifier real quick. Just +1.
Alright.
So
Oof. So while at coping, as your
13 he
character
rolled right
watches
there.
your team members
what do I
just
roll? I don't
So
even
that it's not
see
going to
it.
be hit.
I see it. No worries. So as you watch your characters, your teammates just decimating their whole party, you're just in this awkward fisticuffs with this guy. You barely miss him. Literally out of game, 1 AC miss. You're just like, you two are just going at it. You're having this stupid fight between you and this old thief, while
That's
the rest of
rough.
his team are just getting massacred.
That's
I'm
really
so
rough.
fucking useless.
No, the cleric is all about healing, usually, except in your case, which is
I mean,
lightning and
even on
thunder.
failed saves, he's taking damage, so you're still hurting him.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh,
It's-
that's true.
No, it's
Yeah.
going well. It's just I'm just setting the tone for the It's funny. It's like it's one of those things in those fights. You know what I mean?
Just...
Like no, goddamn! As you're like barely hitting each other, like no. Well, there's just like some guy eating people.
Yeah, it's like
eating people. on the
Goddamn
side.
right. And they taste delicious, I'm telling you. It's good eating.
All right. So now it's the bad guys. All right. Or are they? Probably. God knows. But all right. So let's see who gets hit. So first up, the woman with blades is going to attempt to make 2 swift strikes. Oh my god. Does a I hate this lady so much. I'm going to blame all of her dice rolls on her. Okay, so I'm just hoping to see if she has anything that I can use. No. Okay, does 13 hit?
That's the one I'm fighting, right? 13 does not hit.
Yes. God damn it. Okay.
You're one off.
Her bonus is so fucking high, but she's been anyway. Okay. So she continues flailing. She's swinging them. She's swinging her sword and her knife, but you know, she's trying her best, man. God bless her soul.
It's just not very good.
Meanwhile, yeah, she's been fighting unarmed civilians. Like she thought she was badass. She wasn't ready for this. But all right. So now it is the Shadow Man. So he is going to do something. Could you give me a quick Arcana check, Semnon?
Sure can.
Ooh.
An 11.
You did that fast.
The weakness. Okay. So
Kana, I wonder.
So the
I
man
wonder
in
what.
shadows reaches out to you and touches you for a moment, and you feel an icy, disturbing cold in your body. You feel colder, not slower, just colder for a moment, but you feel a little sap of weakness in your body. You take 9 damage.
Ouch.
A little.
Yeah, that
It's
That's
no,
cold.
it's a creeping cold though. It's like you can still move just as fast. You know, like it's not cold. It's like an eerie cold.
dang. Arcana check. Whew. Okay, down to 21 health.
Still a beast. All right, now the woman in robes standing next to him will, honestly, having seen how her first episode went, she's just swing. She's got a quarterstaff and she's swinging at you. She's trying her best though. Does a 6 hit? I'm joking.
No.
It does not. So as you stumble back for a moment from the cold touch that you just felt from this odd trickster man, and unfortunately she was trying to swing for you at the same time that he was doing his magic thing, which you don't know. You're lying. You don't know magic. You don't know what he was doing. It could have been anything. But anyway, so while he's doing the icy touch, her quarterstaff swings, but you step back and she misses twice, quite broadly, unfortunately. Now, coping. You continue the epic struggle.
Satch.
And what's your AC again? It should be pretty high.
So
now that you've gotten the armor out of the way.
I think it's 13.
So he misses. So you continue your epic struggle with him. Both of you parry. Let's edit the phrase. Instead of both missing, you're parrying
Welcome.
epically.
Whoever that
You're
new
just
viewer
both-
is.
It's like
Any
a
suggestions how to make
sequence out of
stream
an action
better?
film. You're just
You know,
blocking each
let me
other's
know.
hits. You know what I
Leave
mean?
a follow if you'd
But
like.
yeah. So that's it for that.
Feel free to ask any
We're back
questions
to
you
the
have in
top.
chat.
Raj, what do you do?
You might not know what's going on. I'm going to continue doing what I was doing. I'm gonna lash out, reach forward, and try and bite her neck. Assuming I can find it here on my list. Here it is. That's a 17
Oh.
for 7 damage.
Big. All right. Okay, so she's not dead, but describe what you do and how you believe she should react. She's death, and she's almost dead. Describe what you do.
I would probably just grab her by the shoulders, drag her to me, and just chomp down right like above, right next to her collarbone, like on her neck, where the artery there is, and then I would just bite down and then tear.
All right.
It's not a gentle suck. I'm trying to tear out her throat.
No suck. Okay, that's fair. Man,
And then
Indian man meets the woman. No suck.
That's right. And then I'll lash out with my bonus action. I'll try and punch her right in the face, knock her to the ground. That's another 17 to hit for 5 damage.
Okay, so describe in detail this kill.
Well, how about this? I missed her head with my fist, but instead I hit right into the part of her neck that I tore out with my mouth. So my fist kind of just like goes into her fucking neck, and I rip out her esophagus.
Damn.
She collapses, dead, and no longer able to spout Irish curses at you. Okay, Zen.
And wait.
Oh.
Before my turn is done, I wanna like bite a little bit of the esophagus. Like I want to have it like hanging out of my mouth, like a little bit, like, and I'm chewing on it. And then I'm gonna run up behind these two that are on Zenmon. Hello, everyone. It is time for death now, yes. And then that's my turn.
All right, Zemnon, you can do whatever you were gonna do, but you have advantage on your rolls because a guy with an esophagus hanging out of his mouth just ran up behind them.
Oh, Jesus.
Listen, man, I'm living my best life, okay?
God, that's too fucking good. Okay.
That's amazing.
He's using the esophagus like a flute.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds
Okay.
Irish when he said it. It's not the Indian accent.
Indian Irish accent, that would be something to hear.
I don't even know what that would sound like. I can't do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna. All right, I'll be attacking with the claws again. Attacking the same dude. Is
Yep.
it with advantage?
Yes.
Okay. So I got a 22
Nice.
for the first one
Guys.
for 7 damage.
I think he's
I'll
wondering
take-
if that one's still alive, right?
Yeah.
No. Go again. Well, you have 2 claws, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have to hit him again.
Okay. And a 20 for 4 damage. And wait.
Was that a nat 20?
No.
No,
It
it's
was
dirty 20.
Okay.
and then plus 4 damage for that. So
Okay. So, out of the shadows, I will say you began using your. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Using your lion instincts, you can tell where he's going, how he's dodging you. Describe what you do to this man who you kill.
okay. So with one hand, I catch him by the side so he can't shift, and then I use the other paw and just clean rip his fucking head off. And just slap it around like it's a little tennis ball.
Hell yes. Okay. All right. Excellent. Coping. What do you do? What do you do?
Dear God.
Also, sorry, Zemnon, do you say anything as you're doing this, or is this just pure lion instinct?
This is pure lion instinct. Just freaking maybe a minor roar. Like.
I like it. Just an angry, head forward predator style. All right.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Rangar in action. All right, Coping, what do you do?
I will do. So I notice, I think he's feeling it a bit, and his friends are dying around him. So I am going to stare this man in his eyes as I cast Sacred Flame on him. And I try to burn him.
Nice.
Right. So, let's see what we got. Give me 2 seconds.
And I think if I do it as a level 2 slot, it's 2d8, but I didn't know how to put that into the thing.
No, Sacred Flame is a cantrip, right? It doesn't go up until level 5. All the cantrips.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
Alright.
all of their damage die increments at level 5. 11 and 18, 10 and 18. I don't. It's something like that. 10 and 16,
So-
11 and 16.
Unfortunately, I swear to God, I'm not fucking with you, man. So unfortunately, in a moment of guile maneuver, Larkin not only jukes it, he basically, in just a moment, he basically uses something nearby him. It must be a branch that was sticking out of the ground or something to do a fancy little swoop-de-loop, and he just gracefully evades it. It's not even close this time. He's quick. He's learned. He's
Poor
learning.
Coping.
But
Jesus.
unfortunately, you miss him.
Can't hit this guy for shit.
Okay. Well, I think that's...
I get that though. Usually my rolls are so fucking bad in
all I
D&D.
can do.
So fucking bad.
So I don't know what I would do for bonus action. Probably nothing.
I'm rolling like a
I
god
just,
today.
Do you even want to hear? Do you want to hear what Larkin says in response?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I very much do.
As he talks, I'm just gonna drink a sip of water, but like nonchalantly, like warming up, like
So Larkin turns to you and goes, "Ah, but I am nimble as a cat, aren't I?"
Oh God, dude.
Don't worry. The other, he's a piece of shit thief. Like
I say I already got one cat to deal with. I don't need another.
I'll give you another attack of opportunity. All right, give me another unarmed strike if you didn't already.
Okay. Yeah. Let me do that real quick. It's so funny.
He's just, those like, you meet those guys that are like 60 years old who like slick their hair back and they're just pieces of shit. He's one of those. He's been stunting on like 20-year-old thieves for 20 years, and he's a real piece of work. It's also a good opportunity to get reacquainted with the tools.
Reacquainted with the tools. Yeah. I just have to do it on, like you said, that thing.
Yeah.
For some reason I can't do that.
No, it's fine.
D20 here.
Yeah, we'll show you how to do that later. Oh,
damn
only a 10.
All right.
That sucks.
So he jukes the punch. Do you say anything to the party though, as you continue this epic fight?
Yeah.
With the
I
big
say,
bad.
Don't worry. I throw Zemnon some water, and I say, you guys are doing a lot of work. I'll handle this, please.
Okay.
Just two old men fighting.
So,
I prefer a different liquid to drink, personally.
all right. Back to the top. Raj, what do? you guys are now. You both have advantage on this one lady who's just. Yeah.
So I'm coming up behind her, and I'm going to like lean kind of close and like whisper in her ear as I attack. You smell like you'll be just as delicious as your other friend was. And then I'll try and bite her neck from behind. Rolling with advantage. So that's a 14 for 4.
Okay, so you hit. She doesn't look particularly hurt. She looks like she's injured a little. Obviously, she got bit, but like you probably hit her in the shoulder. You meant
That's
like
fine.
in her fear, you accidentally hit her on the shoulder. But yeah.
And then I'll do my bonus action, and I'll try and punch her in the back. And that's a crit. That's 23 for 6 damage.
God. Okay. Okay. So
Making it worth it.
you don't kill her. She
Mm-mm-mm.
still looks like she's good to fight for a bit, but you know, her flowing hair ripples as you punch her back. But how do you punch her?
I'm aiming for that spine, man. Lower spine. I want to put her out of commission.
Oof. Well, it was a crit, so you did some work. All right, Zemnon, what do you do?
Okay, so attack her with the claws. Okay. That was
Okay, so
poison damage.
So, okay, yep. So she drops to her knees, but she bloodied now. Her face. Well, actually, yeah. Let me ask, what 3 spot? Because it's your so it's your strike, and your animal. So she has 3 wounds. Where are her wounds?
Well, no, the infuses one of the 2 strikes, so she's only hit twice.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so 2 strike. Where do you hit her with those 2 strikes? Sorry, for some reason I was thinking the animal did a 3rd, but yeah. Anyway.
So since he attacked her, I'm from the back. She's just wide open. I just slash right across the chest. Maybe one of her titties falls off a little bit, and then the other one just slashes across the gut.
So she falls to her knees. She's in a bad way. She's not doing great. And she beseeches you. She prays out to you. She says, "Please, for the love of fuck." She looks at all of her dead friends around her. She goes, "Please spare me. Don't do this, please. You don't have to kill me."
But I'm thirsty.
God, man. Okay. Billy, do you say anything?
Go have a drink.
Oh God, it's a murder party.
I don't
Okay.
mind if I do.
Meanwhile, while you guys are
Meanwhile, back at the other side of the party.
Meanwhile, back at the Avengers headquarters, coping with Thor, what do you do?
Meanwhile, back in the halls of justice.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out if I could equip
Oh,
my
shitty.
chainmail, and I still.
Meanwhile, back
We'll
in the
figure it out.
halls
It's
of
fine.
justice.
I could literally just look up the
That's
Oh,
chainmail.
wait, I think I did it. It's a drag and drop.
Yeah, you drag and drop
Yeah.
to your equipped, yeah.
Okay, well, no.
And your AC should automatically update on your stats page.
Okay, that makes sense.
Awesome.
Sorry, guys.
Fun.
All good.
We're all learning here, man. Yeah. So
Right.
what do you do?
I'm gonna quit my ink pen. No, I'm kidding.
Stab him in the eye.
Stab him in the eye. I'm done with missing spells and all this stuff, so I will charge. Well, I'm already at him, right?
Yep.
So I'm just going to just swing right for in like you ever seen the spinning backhands like in MMA where they like
Oh yeah.
they do a quick spin back. I'm doing that with this mace flail thing towards his chest.
Nice.
and
Noise.
Oh, final. Oh, hell yeah. All right, so
That's a
he's
solid
not
hit.
dead, but describe in what manner you hit him.
Yeah, so when I go, I look, because now since I have my stuff equipped, I have a shield in my left hand. So I go look like I'm gonna hit him with the shield, and I do a quick back spinning maneuver with my kind of half flail mace that I swing, and the ball just hits him directly in the center of the chest, and with full force, just smack him as hard as I can.
Hell yeah.
Bludgeoning.
So
He's
he's
kind of spiked weapon.
hell yeah. He's starting to look winded. You see the blood seeping from his wounds, but he's still going. And just out of obligation, he looks at you. He goes, "Quite the bold move, using a hammer against me. But know this: your armor won't protect you from the shadows that's at my command."
God damn
As
shit.
he lashes back at you, he lashes. He's trying his best, and he hits you. 4.
Damn.
So my armor class is now 18 since I equipped my stuff.
He hits you. 4. 4 damage.
Oh, okay. That's a piddly dinks damage.
He lashed out with his rapier, and let's just say he catches some skin. You know what I mean? It's like he hit you like right. You know where your shoulder sort of meets your armor, like it's that little gap. He plunks out some skin, but it's like, it's not a kill move, but he tried his best. But while he plinks out one sliver of flesh, he says, "Quite the bold move using a hammer against me, but know this: your armor will protect you from the shadows that dance at my command."
I say, yet from the shadows, I know someone more nimble like a cat than you, and someone more thirsty for blood than you. And then that's what I say.
Are you talking about the lion?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm pretty sure I'm going to die in this, but I will take you with me. We're both going to die here today.
This
will be
try
your
hard
end.
to do that, yeah.
No. Just yours.
Okay.
We should definitely try to keep this guy alive and add him to the party.
No, I have an idea. Just kill him. Trust me.
His banter is so witty.
All right.
I have plans for this guy. Just kill him. Trust me.
All right. Raj, there is a woman pleading for her life, kneeled in front of you, and you are an Indian male. Don't forget, we may be in a fake universe. You may be a vampire, but you are the Bobs and Regine man.
Now,
Play
that
your
is true.
character. Play your character.
That is true. That is true. But Raj is thirsty, man. Do we still have advantage on her? Because we're surrounding her and she's like, okay. Well, I thought you looked as delicious as your friend. I suppose now I can find out. And that's a 23 for 6 damage.
Yeah, you don't even have to. Yeah. All right. So how do you finish this innocent lady who probably murdered hundreds of people?
I would just probably bend down and just sink my fangs into her neck. And
Are you sucking this time?
I'm sucking. I'm drinking all that blood.
I'm drinking all the blood.
And I'm gonna end my turn there. I'm gonna let Zenmon move on.
All right. I love how I see the arrow, just knowing.
Okay, so since they're all dead, I'm gonna.
Now, what's your character class? You don't have advantage on flanked targets, correct?
Not normally, I don't think you do. No.
No. I'm just making sure you're not like a rogue subclass or something, or
No.
Okay. Cool.
You're a ranger, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yep. So
Yes.
normal. Yep. Normal attack.
So yeah, still didn't pick up my swords just yet. So back to the same old good old claws.
Here we go, stabbing again.
Stabbity McStab stab.
Now, man, this guy just has some luck to him. Jesus.
Wow.
It's not even just. It's not okay.
Wow.
You can say whatever you want to Coping. You guys can have a whole conversation about fighting this piece of shit.
This guy's slippery like butter. How this is no wonder you've been fighting so long.
Does Coping have nothing to reply? Dave.
He's muted at the moment.
Dave, you're on mute.
Oh, he said sorry. 1 sec. His wife probably ran up to him.
Yeah. It's like 10 o'clock at night. They're probably being
Ew.
Dude. Your Raj has some cojones though.
Goddamn right he does. Goddamn right.
He put victory before the ladies.
Goddamn right.
What a Chad. What a man amongst men. I wish I was that strong.
You can be if you wanted to. You choose not to be.
Those are deep words, man. Thank you.
It's truth. It's just truth.
It's wisdom I'll take to the grave. The virgin grave for good virgin men.
All right, guys. Sorry.
No worries.
All good.
This man's quick. Yeah. So I say that this. I look at Zemna and I say, huh? And I just kind of shrug my shoulders. I'm like, huh? Yeah. I'm like, huh? You see what I'm doing, huh?
Just it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This guy's
like,
this guy's weird. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Is it my turn?
Yes.
All right.
Larkin has dodged 2 lion claws.
Sweet Jesus. All right. So I almost want to heal this guy.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I really want to just destroy this guy. So
Also, I haven't had a chance. I forgot to give his quote to now that Billy's in this.
Oh my god.
Larkin looks back after Lionel missing both attacks to his back. Fate's fickle hand brushes past, and yet I remain a puppeteer beyond the grasp of destiny. Keep going.
a puppeteer. This dude will talk.
No kidding.
I am. Yeah. So my plan will be to, do a bonus action of like, hitting him in the same spot where I hit him with the mace with the shield. Which is that just like a D4? Do you guys think? Or can I not use that as a weapon?
It's not technically. You can make it an improvised weapon, which I don't remember what the role is for that.
No,
You'd have to use it as your main action. Your best option is just using your mace.
Yep. Then I will just use my mace, and I am going. I am going straight, full softball pitch up into his dick and balls. I'm just
Nice.
and
When are they
going
gonna finish off this last guy? Seriously.
Full on try to get that.
That's a
in there.
miss.
I don't think they do.
Another miss. You just can't get this last fucking guy.
Damn it all to hell.
He just yells, "You missed!"
Why did that worse than everything else he said? What?
All right, that's it. And now it's Larkin's turn. The vicious man himself.
Oh no! Oh
Let's
no!
see how he.
Is he gonna down coping?
Ooh, big.
He might.
Big.
He might.
All right, so he deals 5 damage.
To me?
Yes, he lashes out once again.
Fuck. That's not good.
Damn. Okay.
How much HP do you have left?
8.
Ooh, so you're bloodied. You're
Yeah.
getting there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I got a wound.
That's
in
not
my-
good. That's no
my
bueno.
abdomen area, and then I got I'm
Little-
probably
a little
bleeding
cut?
at the mouth.
Oh God. Just and a bleed from the brain. Just listening to this guy speak. All right, from the top.
My ears are. Hey, Oakley, you okay?
All right, Raj, what are we up to?
All right, so I'm going to, I guess, drop the body of this lady whose blood I've now sucked out for 10 seconds or so now, 6 seconds, whatever the fuck it is, and I'll come over and I'll come up next to Larkin here, and then I'm going to say, you might be able to resist them, but you won't be able to stop me. And then that's a crit
Oh my
for 8 damage. Wow!
Shit.
And I'm ripping out his neck again with my teeth.
Wow.
So it is a crit. So you do hit him. I will say you miss primary arteries though. It is a very, the crit hits 100%.
So he's still up, is what you're saying. All right.
Yes. Yeah. You
And then,
didn't tear his. Yeah.
I'll try and repeat. I've got a little favoring for esophaguses now after that other one. So I'm gonna punch out and try and hit him in the neck and try and do the same thing I did to the other lady. That's only an 11. Fuck. I guess he dodges that one somehow.
Well, we'll just say that you missed. We'll say that in your
Okay.
bloodlust, you lashed out, but it was just you grazed his leather armor and it passes by. But yeah, he doesn't say any. He shrieks for a moment, and now he is on death's door. What do you all want to do? Zemnon, your call.
All right, then I'm just gonna attack him again. Let's see. Hopefully this time we hit.
This is gotta be the most misses.
Oh.
I've seen.
First is a miss.
We really just can't fucking finish this guy off.
Oh my god, dude. This is just.
This is great.
He's got 3 people around him just missing.
I mean, what I could do is have the Drake attempt to bite.
No. He looks back at you, bleeding and almost dead. He
Oh
says,
no.
A near miss, my friends. You'll have to do better if you aim to pierce the veil of shadows that shields.
Dude.
All right, Coping, it's your turn.
God damn it.
Oh my god. This fucking shadows. Holy fucking shit. You know, I'm just gonna keep going with it. I'm going with the mace attack. I'm going for his right knee. I'm just
Do it. Oh, thank God.
I just want to
Thank God. All right. So
Two
before
right knee.
as you begin to crush his knee, he does yell, "With my last breath, the darkness claims me, but know that my legacy would linger. A whisper in the night." And as he's finishing his quote, describe how you kill him.
What?
So he starts. So you hit his knee, and it crushes, it buckles outward. You break his knee, and he begins to
Nice.
say, "With my last breath, the darkness claims me. But know that my legacy will linger, a whisper in the night." And as he says this, you can kill him as you wish. Or let him live. It's up to you.
Right, so he's on the ground.
He's
I-
finishing his final speech.
yeah, I put my finger up. I'm like, shush, and then I'm like, quiet. I look at Zemnon and Raj. I'm like, same time.
Same time.
That's fine with me. We can do that.
I'm gonna use my mace and whatever they want to use, double claw and.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, each of you can describe. It's gonna get gruesome, but yeah, you guys can have the end of the fight.
Do I get an advantage because he's like weak on the ground? Can I?
You don't even have to. You don't even have to roll anything. Just say what y'all do.
Okay, yeah. I'm putting the mace directly on the top of his head, like full force.
All right.
I'm just gonna be just ripping at him, just tearing flesh off.
Same.
And Raj,
but with my
do you
mouth.
just- do you just take a leg, or is there friendly fire? Do I need to account for friendly fire?
No, take a
No.
leg, Rob. Take a leg.
Yeah, a leg is
It-
fine.
it
A leg
sounds
is
like-
fine.
It sounds like,
Anywhere is fine.
Okay. So for about a good 45 seconds to a minute and 10 seconds, all of you just relentlessly obliterate Larkan. Now,
Nice.
okay. The forest is now silent and peaceful again. All of you take a moment to gather your senses about you, and what do you do now?
I suppose we should see if there's anything valuable left behind. Perhaps there's gold or something else we can take from the dead corpses. And I should probably address the elephant in the room. If you don't know what an elephant is, it is this very, very big animal. So it is usually quite noticeable. So, the elephant in the room is the very big issue that perhaps, should be addressed, that, should be recognized and seen, essentially. And I have a very odd diet. I like to supplement my solid foods with a bit of, a liquid diet. And my preference for this is just culturally, it has to be blood. It's just how it is. It is what my people do. Okay? So I hope you don't think that is too odd or something strange. The person who trained me in combat, trained me in this style. It is just part of my culture. And I hope you don't think anything wrong with it, okay? It is just how it is. I am not a danger to you. I do not crave it like some weird creature like a vampire. I'm not one of those. No. It's just part of my diet and part of my culture and way of life, okay? So I hope you do not judge me for that, and I hope it does not frighten you. And I smile at them both, again with my face and entire front just completely covered in all this blood that,
He's got like a not an Achilles, but like what's the thing in like the knee, the meniscus tendon hanging out of his
Okay.
mouth.
Yeah, the esophagus. Okay. Yeah.
So I usually I won't do this. I think it's just gonna be funny in the future. But Billy and Dave, could you just give me insight checks to see whether or not you see through what he's saying?
Nope. And honestly, my character wouldn't even care in the first place. Like, whatever. That's your food. You gotta eat.
Fair. As soon as you heard elephant, you were like, "What? What?"
Well, wait. If they're rolling insight, oh no.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, that's true. It's not even really deception. You're just, no, that's fair. But okay, so Billy doesn't know. As just remember, this is established lore for this campaign. Billy doesn't know that Raj is a vampire and would need to be convinced that he was a vampire. And Copian, you're pretty sure he's a vampire, but you're like the elephant thing threw you off too.
Not-
But you're like fairly sure that he's a vampire.
Okay.
You're like 90% sure that he's a vampire, but you're not sure you have enough proof yet.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right. So I go and get my swords back after being disarmed. And I check out that dude that the shadows can't and just take that necklace off him if it's still there.
That's fair. Okay. Give me a moment.
Hope are the two of you injured at all? I hope you two are okay. I hope there's no major injuries here.
I'm fucked up. I got 8 health.
Holy shit.
And I don't like asking leading questions, but I will do this from time to time. So you guys are still basically in the clearing of the forest right now. What do you guys do? Like, do you search? Do you keep traveling?
I would be searching. I want to search all the bodies. I want to look for any
same
gold,
here.
anything like that.
Coping, what are you doing? Instead of that, are you gonna like heal up and try to like?
Yeah. So while they're searching, before they get too far, I am going to do a bit of a prayer of healing for all of us because I can choose up to 6 creatures.
Dude, vampires.
I mean, I'm full life.
15.
Yeah,
Do
no. I'm a dampier, not a vampire, so I can still be healed
Okay,
normally.
cool.
But yeah, I'm fine. I don't need any healing myself. So it's just Zenmon and Coping that need it.
Got fucked up. Okay.
Yep. Well, Zenmon got hurt, I think, as well, but he's not
Yes.
like as fucked up.
Oh yeah, and I'll message to anybody that searches individual things. I will message you what you picked up instead of posting it in the main chat, and then you could like let people know. Okay.
All right.
I would search all the bodies of the people that I killed. So the 2 women and the guy off to the side, I would search their bodies specifically.
Oh, am I good to get the 15 healing then?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm
So
close to good.
let me just finish writing up. So do you guys go into the wood line or no?
Oh, what time of day is it? Are we like
So by
gonna be
now
camping at this point?
it's probably like 3 p.m.
Oh no, I would want to search. I suppose we should probably move on once we're done searching the bodies. I don't think there's much else more to do here.
Did anybody search that guy that we just killed, the last one?
Larkin
No.
specifically? No. I think we were leaving that to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure there's too much
you
to search
spent
though.
the most time trying to fight the guy, so
And we did like just tear him apart into pieces. So
yeah,
awesome.
good luck.
I try to rummage through what flesh and clothing there is. I guess.
Oof.
Well, in that case, in most of these cases, unfortunately, the armor is not in a state that it would be super useful. But for the rest of you, I will give you what thou dost deserve. Okay. So again, I'm just messaging it to each of you individually, and then I'll message to the party what you discovered as a party. Cool. So all right. Could everybody give me a quick perception check?
Alrighty.
sure.
Perfect.
I can't seem to roll anything.
I got
So,
a crit.
Raj,
It happens.
are you willing to share something that you discovered with the party? I.e., can I post it in the main chat, or do you want me to keep it
It
separate?
depends on what it is.
Okay. All right. I will set it to you now. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Just this is the first time we're doing it, so.
20 on the perception.
And then this is what the rest of the party sees as well. So guys, yeah, check your DMs and then
I would.
okay. Yeah, and you can describe in full detail what you did to find it.
All right. Well, gentlemen, as I was walking around searching, I found something that the thieves have left behind. I'm pretty sure it's the cash from them robbing people. There's a small chest here that someone has to pick this lock. I'm not very well trained in that. Zanman, perhaps you know how to pick a lock.
Yes, I do.
All right, sir. Well, then here you go. Please pick this open, and we shall see what we can see.
Okay, that's a sleight of hand, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I got expertise in it, so +8. Guys, what 5? I haven't rolled anything higher than a 6 in like 8, 10, 12 turns.
I am not trained in it, but I suppose I could try. If you show me how. Nope. All right. Well,
Okay.
we will carry this chest with us, and then we will try again at a later point in time.
A +8.
Yeah, but if you roll a fucking 3, it doesn't fucking matter. That sucks.
Alright. Well, you guys now have a small chest.
We just bash up.
Actually, go for it, man.
All right.
'Cause
Well,
I feel like that's actually I will. All right, give me a dexterity and a. Okay, no. Hold on a second. So the chest. So let's just get this straight between the characters. So Raj and Zenman try to open the lock with finesse
And fail.
They both fail. Coping walks up with his mace and just hits the chest really hard with his mace. So,
Jesus, what have I done?
so it does open. You did it. You succeeded. Unfortunately, so there's 40 gold pieces, and I'll write it out in the chat.
Inventory.
I'm
Hey.
sorry, guys.
I'm about to say, I did have a crowbar and a hammer.
We could have just carried it with us and tried to open it later.
If it makes you feel better, my intelligence is 9. It's not the highest.
So what? That's 20 gold each, basically.
Yeah, roundabouts.
Like,
I mean,
probably worth 20 gold.
Damn. It
I'll
was
take this
worth 100
investment,
gold
guys, I'm
total
sorry.
originally. We'll just portion it out evenly. So each of us gets about 20 gold. That's fine with me. No need to make it more complicated. It's okay as it is.
Also, DM, who was the longbow and short sword for? Was that supposed to be for coping?
no, that was for the group. That was so like I was
Okay.
saying. So if your character says, and it's just good to know for like it's just how I like to do it. It's because it makes more sense. If your character is like, I'm gonna check the body with the weird thing, or I'm gonna go like if your character is the main one that's like, I'm gonna go wander I'm gonna go like try to find everything. I'll give that, and then the random shit that just laying around. So long as y'all have good perception checks, like all of you knew that one lady had a longbow, and you knew her body was there. You know what I mean? It's like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
fair point. Okay.
Yeah. So stuff like that, like anything that's like open area, very obvious. Like you would have to, if somebody wanted to steal that longbow, they would have to roll against the party. Which I mean, you can if you want, but usually that ends up just pissing people off down the road. But it's like, so if one character is like, I'm gonna venture into the weird, creepy hole to see if there's any loot in there, and let's say they find something, great. But also, if they don't find something, they'll probably die. So it's like that way. It's kind of like a balancer for like characters that do kind of weird stuff, or the character who like scores a nat 20 on searching, and if everybody else rolls like 11, that way they know what everything else is before everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
I'll let you guys know. I found on this guy we absolutely demolished. I just found an unknown. I don't know what this amulet is. I don't know if you guys want to look at it. And then I found just his rapier. It's got my blood on it. So.
Yes, we should
Yeah.
probably find out what that amulet is for sure.
Yeah, and on that weird talking to himself, dude, a vial of this weird liquid. I have no clue what it is.
Are any of you able to ascertain? Do you think any of you would know what that is?
I could do a wisdom check.
Well, do you have like Arcana or History or Insight?
I have history. That's one of my professions.
Yeah, Billy. Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know. I was about to say, like, what would that be? Like a medicine check or something like that, or
No, not in this case. Arcana or History works.
okay, they're both the same for me.
I'm not good at either.
Would have been the same thing. So
Okay.
all right.
So coping, you don't know. So what you see is it looks like a bronze hexagonal holder that's like holding a vial of green liquid in the center. You are pretty sure that it's related to something from a country in the mountains to the west. You don't know, just because not much. So like, just as a reference for you guys for the world of Cradovar, there's like, I'll post it real quick in the Discord so you guys have an idea of what the world looks like. But basically, there's a huge desert, and the desert is kind of like, an easy way to describe it is just like a mysterious place. It's like an ooh, oh god, which is very scientific. But
Very.
it loaded, and you could open this up and then zoom in to see the names of major locations. But basically, it gives you the you don't know what the vial is specifically, but it gives you the vibe of
Damn, that's big.
that desert region to the far west. You don't know. You don't even know the city name, but you know it's something to do with some of the creepy kingdoms that exist way, way west. And for Billy, that's like even further. That's further into like the country that you're from is sort of closer to the like farmable areas. Like you're from, like, you have grass and trees where you're from. This is you guys just know, like, there's a bunch of creepy deserts to the west. You don't know 100% sure where this would come from, even as a group, if you were to discuss it. But yeah.
Awesome.
So that's a start. Yeah. But you think it's not from you, like coping, you would have a hunch that it's not from, with an 18, you would have a strong hunch that it's not from this region.
Okay.
And yeah, I know that's not a ton of data, but this is just the first session after all. So yeah. From here, what do you guys do?
I suppose since if we are done here, we should continue on towards Green Haven. Unless someone else has something else they'd like to do. But I don't think I do. So I would continue towards Green Haven if you all are okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did anybody pick up that 20 silver?
I didn't.
No. No one picked it up yet.
Does one of you two want to grab it?
Sure. Anyone pick up the longbow or the short sword, or am I just picking all of it up?
I didn't pick
You
it.
can take all of it up.
Okay. I'll hold on to all of it.
All right. So your party continues through the woods. Safer now. No whispers. Nothing too strange. And you do safely arrive at the entrance of Greenhaven. You do see, from where you are, it's nothing. It's nothing too crazy. I don't think. You see a few buildings that all of you would have sort of recognized off in the distance as you approach, and you see two guards near a. You can, I believe, you can all see the map now. But the guards are somewhere around here. However, I will say, at this point, we can probably call it a night. But you have arrived at Greenhaven successfully.
All right.
So, all right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Excellent job, team. Doing it to it. But yeah. So, what did y'all think?
Pretty excellent.
Awesome. Great start to it.
Yeah, great start. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Again, I left. I know there was a lot of I didn't want to give like an hour of exposition about the world that I've created. And again, I assume most characters won't know everything. If I grew up in like a farmland in the medieval era or something, I wouldn't know like where China was. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep it kind of vague, but like.
No, we get you.
Yeah, if you guys ever want more exposition or city names or anything, just let me know as players, just to help make sense of the world. I know I messaged you guys about kingdoms and gods and stuff, but I can give you guys a full rundown of like what your gods are and all of that stuff. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions. And then as a follow up, when do you guys want to play next?
I'm good with every Monday like this, same time.
Cool. Billy and Dave.
Mondays should work. I'll know by like Wednesday if that's going to keep working.
Okay. And if they don't, we can do like 7 to 9 or something. They don't have to be crazy long like sessions too. And I'll keep again anything you guys want me to add or fix or something. Let me know, and I can edit the campaigns. I already know with some like I should have added pictures of each person's face to Roll20 or something just to show you guys as you were doing whatever you were doing. I think that would add immersion. But just let me know things like that. Like if you have any ideas or little things, or I could also do like Word documents of descriptions of items to send you guys so you know what they look like. I'll probably do that for like the amulet and the vial with like a picture of what it looks like. That might be helpful since we're using Roll20 for that.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, coping. So we could fix your character sheet real quick, so you could have all the little things, and you could have all like the basic attack stuff
the end of the
to make it easier for later on, so you don't have to like go between Roll20 and
the future
Dice
episodes.
Cloud. It'll just take a second.
That'd be
I'm
awesome,
out.
'cause I
Have a
don't
good one.
know if,
Might be back streaming something else a
Okay.
little bit later. We'll
this
see.
stuff
But
like
that's it for
light,
D&D for now.
because I got a lot of